Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday 2-minute tip. So the holidays are coming up. Thanksgiving is very soon. Thanksgiving is my favorite day of the year. I love that it's a holiday that's just about gathering and food and people, and it's going to be different this year. My tradition is normally the more the merrier, and that is not the case in COVID 2020. So I suspect you're all dealing with the same. I think people will be traveling less. But let's talk about how we can still make the holidays fantastic and what to do differently about your food planning. So if you're normally having 12 people, 20 people at your table, and now you're only going to have 4 or maybe 6, you're going to need to cook less. So in planning a Thanksgiving table, normally, again, more the merrier, right? We have 18 different side dishes. We have rolls, we have salad, we have 4 pies. That's not going to fly. You're going to waste a ton of food. You're going to waste a ton of time. So you can do 2 things. You can either cook a large variety of things, but way smaller portions, or you can cook fewer things. So I usually cook a pretty traditional Thanksgiving meal, and I'm thinking this year perhaps let's try something different. This keeps coming up in my Facebook group as well. Let's try an Italian style Thanksgiving. Let's do a Southwest style Thanksgiving, or maybe do a very traditional Thanksgiving menu put out by an indigenous chef. A couple years ago, there were a lot of articles in all the magazines about paying homage to what the indigenous tribes were actually cooking, and not going down the old Christopher Columbus and pilgrim bonding route. I'll talk more about that story next week. But maybe try something a little bit different. The other tip really to pay attention to is when you look up Thanksgiving recipes, if they're from Bon Appetit or wherever you're looking them up, often they serve 8 to 10 because typically on Thanksgiving, the recipes are bigger. So you really want to cut them down. Most recipes can be cut in half. If you have any questions about a recipe and want to show it to me first, let me know. I'll be happy to take a look and see if it's just really simple to cut in half or quarters. Or maybe cook fewer things. Try something a little bit different this year. Thanksgiving on the barbecue grill, maybe. The other thing I was thinking would be really fun if you have family like I do who are all really far away and we can't travel to see them, would be to plan the menus together. So even if you're eating in different houses, you're cooking the same meal. And then that way, when you Zoom together, we can kind of, we used to do this in culinary school. You have the same meal and you can talk about, oh, this is really interesting with these, candied cranberries on top, or I really like the sausage and cornbread stuffing this year. And then a third idea that I have for you would be with your friends in town who perhaps you can't eat together with. What if you divide the menu, cook enough for everybody, package it up, do this the day before. I always cook Thanksgiving the day before anyway. Package it up the day before, meet up and swap so that you're actually still splitting the cooking and you can still cook for your friends and they can cook for you. But this would be kind of a safe way to do a sort of like a potluck, but we all eat in different houses. So it's not the same. It's definitely sad, but let's look on the bright side and try to find a fun way to have the holiday. And as always, reduce your food waste. So get on my mailing list. I'm talking a lot about Thanksgiving in the next 2 weeks. Also join my Facebook group. We have our first cooking class and I've invited everyone in the Facebook group. It's on Thursday, but also we're talking a lot about Thanksgiving, and I seriously love to answer your Thanksgiving questions. Like, stump me, bring them. Let's see what you got. See ya in the group and on my mailing list.